We continue to wait for a news conference on this packed commuter train that crashed this morning in Hoboken. One person was killed, over 100 others injured. It really was amazing that there were not more deaths or serious injuries looking at the wreckage. We don't know what happened exactly because the investigation is just beginning. Oliver McGee is an aerospace mechanical and civil engineer and former U.S. Deputy Assistant Secretary of Transportation, and he joins us now possibly with a little more insight. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Heather, for having me.
So some of the information that we're hearing so far, and perhaps one of the most important coming from witnesses, and this is the high rate of speed at which the train came barreling into the Hoboken station. Any ideas as to what would have caused that? We're hearing that possibly the conductor had some sort of health issue.
I'm hearing that speculation as well, and as Governor Christie said today, let the facts drive the issue here because we need more information. But this also says, Heather, that we really need to see what's going on with the black boxes inside now speeding trains. We had a silver streak moment, aka the movie today, and so we need to see what's going on with the black box in the train. And just as we put black box in the cloud on Airbus systems recently, now we need to probably put black box in the cloud so we can find out what's going on in the train system, particularly if there is a health breach or a safety breach or anything.
Yeah.
And then more importantly, Heather, we really need to be paying very close attention to how we do wireless technology with positive train controls and GPS communications so we can know where these trains are, know what their speeds are, because when this train barreled into the Hoboken station, it caused not only a train breach, which is the rail system, but it also caused a structural breach of a historical landmark, which is the Hoboken Terminal Station. So we have much more injuries because when we had our silver streak moment, there were tremendous amounts of industries because of injuries because of the structural failure.
Well, we mentioned the positive train control, which is mandated to be installed by 2018. But something else that we were speaking about and I'd asked about earlier is this alerter system, which seems to be the system that needed to be in place if something physically had happened to the conductor. Do you know if these trains have that, or this one in particular?
It looks like to me not quite yet, because we have a lot of these technologies that are just brewing all around the world. We have them in India, we have them in Europe, we have them in Canada, but the United States is slightly slow behind the pace on this. And more importantly, as we start moving and thinking about the infrastructure buildup of building a high-speed rail system across the nation and then updating Amtrak in that realm, when we're going at speeds of 350 miles per hour, we're going to have to know how and what's going on inside the cockpit of the train.
Yeah, and not only safety on the train, but also safety in the terminal itself.
Absolutely. We're going to have digital cockpits inside the trains, and then more importantly, they have to have control systems of braking. Some of your guests have mentioned human factor errors that are coming in. So I'm seeing a lot of linkages between what we do with the rail system and the airway system.
We'll certainly see what happens as the investigation continues. Thank you so much for joining us. A lot of great insight for us.
Thank you very much for having me.